Seriously, no joke, they never stop. Good morning, everybody. It is Friday here, and that means we're doing Field Trip Fridays at Twin Pines Farm. And I know many of you are familiar with my morning and evening barn chore videos on the other platforms. And I think it's kind of funny that in those videos, I'm not actually showing you the chores that I'm doing. Yeah, I'm running and chasing animals around and getting them situated in pens, but you're not actually seeing the work that's being done. So what a better field trip than to show you more of the behind the scenes of what I'm doing during morning chores. I'll show you evening chores on another video, but we've got to get all the animals situated for the morning, and I figured I'd take you along. So let's go do it. Gracie, you want to come join us? You could tell those two to actually stop horsing around and maybe they could help us, or maybe not. Lyra, Milo, did you two want to come out and join us? It's raining a little bit, but thankfully it let up. Of course, not before it filled up my work boots with water because I left them outside. Instead of wearing my typical barn shoes that are now filled up with water, I've got to wear these boots. I don't know how well you can hear the ducks and the chickens in the background, but they are so ready to get out first thing in the morning. So I usually start with the bird barn. Everybody is impatiently waiting. Yep, there goes Rip. Always the morning greeting. Everybody is waiting by the door for me. Even though I should say they all have food and water inside and plenty of space to roam. They're just all spoiled and they want out and to explore. Yes. Good morning. Chickens and ducks go out to see what's good in the grass and get a little breakfast for themselves while they free range. Good morning, Ginger. You ducks think the pond filled up after that little bit of rain? They're gonna go check it out. I'm sure there's still some good stuff down there to munch on. And the chickens are gonna hang out here and get their breakfast. And while they all do that, I am going to go in and grab their water feeders, get them cleaned up, and fill them back up with some fresh water. Oh man, I wish I had my mud boots. Gonna give this a little quick rinse, even though the ducks are gonna immediately crap in it, but you know, gotta at least give them a fresh option. Okay, let's keep it real. I'm not doing barn chores with my hair down, especially in this weather. Let's go get the water feeders. I've tried all different kinds and I just like these best. I know it's pretty simple and basic, but we do require having a lip and not the, there's the nipple water feeders for chickens. A lot of chicken owners use those, but they don't work for us because we have our chickens and ducks together. So the ducks need something to submerge their beak in. So these work best, and I don't mind cleaning them and filling them often. So come over here. I am regretting leaving my barn boots out in the rain because this is not the day to get my boots all muddy. So I give it a little scrub. Whenever I fill it up daily, I just do a little cleaning up like that. Nothing too great. Occasionally I'll come through with a brush and give it a better cleaning. But for these daily chores, I just run my hands around to get any extra gunk. You see, the ducks like to make a really big mess of everything, so and especially on these rainy days, everything's gonna be a little extra muddy. It is what it is. It's just farm life. You got to not care about getting dirty, and you're just gonna get your clothes dirty, everything, every day. It is what it is. I'm gonna get these filled up, and then I have another water feeder inside the coop. I'll take you there in a minute. Let's go into the chicken coop and get that water feeder all filled up as well. You ladies are not letting me collect any eggs. Diana, you're soaking wet. Or no, that was Samantha. We have the feeder on the ground. It works really well whenever we have babies and little ones. I also have a little setup over there for them as well. Looks like somebody is laying eggs on the concrete and instead of the nesting boxes. So we'll collect any eggs that are laid randomly. Oh boy. So I mentioned in my last video that this is an old outbuilding that we converted into a bird barn. It's where we keep our chickens and ducks. It's very big and spacious, and that's why we're able to keep them together and everybody gets along really well. The ducks are a little extra messy. It just means more cleaning up more often for me, but they are happy in here. It's nothing special, but it does the job. And yeah, we'll get some projects done, but it is what it is for now. I plan to rip out this old trough that we had converted into nesting boxes, but it's just not a really great usable space. So I'm getting some new nesting boxes this week actually for all the birds to lay in. But let's go ahead and grab that water feeder and get it filled up and get on with the other animals. Well, why are you all hustling back? You just done with the pond? Oh, and your friends are already back. Okay. Oh, it's because you saw the pool filled up. Yeah, you got to get in on all that fun water. Oh, I got to shut the water spigot off. Shoot. You ducks are happy I forgot about the water, huh? Oh, boy. It happens. They love all the excess water in the ground though. It's probably their favorite thing to rub their beaks around and look for any goodies. We're gonna go turn that water off that I left on. It happens whenever I don't have my helpers around. All right, now that we've got the water shut off, we're gonna head to the barn. You see the corgis waiting to do their races and the goats hollering at me for their food. Everybody's very anxious for breakfast and just to get some fresh water. I hear you, Rip. I know, it's nothing new, buddy. Yes, non-stop, what'd I tell you? All right, on your mark. Get set. Are you in your place? Okay. All right. I'm doing it. On your mark, get set, go! Over nothing every single time. Gotta say good morning to the kitty cats. Hello, barn kitties. Aria, how are you? Midnight. Good morning. It looks like some sort of raccoon decided to make a mess on your table. We're gonna have to get that cleaned off. You gotta get out of the way. Get out of the way. You can't eat in this fill. We gotta put. These are not helping. Come on. Out of the way. Out of the way. Kitty cats, help me out. Gotta get out of the way. Oh, yuck. I am sorry. This old barn has lots of nooks and crannies where animals can sneak in. Because of that, I keep the cat food inside. All the other feed bins are kept outside. They don't tend to get into them or mess with them. It's just the cat food. So we're gonna go inside, get some cat food for all these hungry barn kitties. Oh, it's locked. I gotta go get the key. I forgot the key. You'd think I would remember. All right, I got the key. It's not actually for that door, so I will get the cat's food in a minute. Be right back. There they go. All right, let's do the goats. I'm gonna go open up the goats before we start feeding them and getting their waters, because we lock up all of our goats since they are miniatures. They're smaller and we're just taking extra precautions. I know it's dark in here. The light is busted. Not the light bulb, the electrical. Welcome to an 1860s barn. All right. Oh, Sarah, this way. Y'all not gonna come out? We all know how this goes. It's just too wet for you, huh? Typically, I'm letting the goats out in the pasture or their pen to eat and explore out there, but because it's a rainy, wet day, it's supposed to be raining all day long, I know they're just gonna be hanging out here in the barn. So I'll go ahead and get them hay for the day. Most goats don't like the rain. I talk about this some, but if you didn't know, it's just something that they've developed over the years with their breeds, that, you know, they know that wet areas are more prone to parasites, and for their own health, they tend to avoid those areas. So it's just something instinctually for them to avoid wetter areas. As you can tell, my boys may not be the smartest. They don't care. I mean, is it smart? Is it not? They don't care. They're usually outside, but all the other girls and the Weathers are a little more high maintenance. Let's go get them some food. Rosie, you are waiting for me to open the gate so you can sneak out. It's not gonna work this time, ladies. All right, this is where we keep our hay. We have one bale left. We need to go to our neighbors to get some more because they just baled our fields. I can hear Gus hollering at me through the barn on the other side. He is not happy that I'm taking time to show you guys feeding the animals, but it is what it is. Our bales don't use twine. It is this hay wire, which a lot of times if we have a random hole in our fence, we use it to patch it up really quick. It's just really handy. A lot of times we try to keep it and reuse rather than just throw it away. So anyway, we're gonna start loading up everybody with a lot of this hay. And did you know there's a lot of different kinds of hay? And it's completely different from straw. So a lot of people call it hay bales, especially this time of year for the fall season and hay rides, but it's technically straw that you're usually sitting on those pumpkin patches and decorating your porches with. Those are straw bales. We use straw as bedding in the wintertime. It keeps the animals warm when you layer it up. This is hay. Technically, it's grass hay. There's a lot of different types of hay you can feed your animals. There's brome, there's alfalfa, and a lot of different types of hay is fed to different types of animal. We just do grass hay because it's not as rich as something like alfalfa, which can give tummy aches to the animals, and all of our animals do really well and really prefer grass hay. So yeah, you learn something new every day. There is a difference. I'm sure somebody else can go into more detail on the various different kinds of hay, but I've got goats waiting on me to feed them, so let's get to it. I know, I have you all staring at me wondering why I'm talking to myself. I'm trying to teach them about the things you eat. Yes, Pearl, you need to get off the door. Get off the gate. Ladies, we do this every single time. You don't tend to listen. I've got a hay. All right, back it up. Can you wait to eat it until I get it into the feeder? Jesse James, really? Nobody's surprised every single time. Those are actually feeders, not for goats, but they were in the barn when we first moved here, and we've been using them. They really don't waste a whole lot of hay with them, and they work, so we're using them. So I was gonna show y'all, this is a lower water stock tank that we keep for the goats, but because it's outside in the rain, I know that they won't walk around the corner to drink out of it. Did I mention they're all spoiled? So I'm going to go ahead and put some water buckets in their barn stall so they have access to it. It really isn't raining. You could just come out if you want. It's not that big of a deal. All right, and we're gonna grab this bucket. Back it up, Sarah. Everybody's trying to get out, always. Oh, well, shoot. You know what? I forgot I pulled the hose back here, so we're just gonna do that. We're gonna turn on the spigot, for this hose and make it easier on us, aren't we? Nothing, just being a good girl, aren't you? All right, you guys. Let's walk back. A lot of walking back and forth. I will get you girls. That is the mini horses hollering at me to go faster. Let's get these buckets and go out this way. It's a lot harder to do all this with one hand. But let's show you. Right, back to the barn. Go out this way. Get these buckets filled up and cleaned up, of course. I'm going to go ahead and put that in the tank so it's not wasted, and we'll get these back in the barn for them. Everybody's enjoying some breakfast. Pearl, be nice. Oh no, it's like you sense when a door is open, don't you? You're so naughty, Rosie. I don't understand. Oh yeah, you were a bottle baby, that's why. There's your fresh water, Gus. And I bet you want some of your breakfast, is that right? Would you like breakfast? You've been waiting so patiently while I show everybody everything here on the farm. All right, let's go get Gus and Charlotte their breakfast and head on back through here. Open this door while the goats aren't looking. The corgis are waiting patiently, which makes my life a little easier. Oh, they're gonna go run up in the hayloft and do something they probably shouldn't. I spoke too soon. All right, Gracie, let's get this water shut off before I forget about it and get Gus's scoop of food. We've got all the various feed containers for the different animals, and I know it's a mess in here. Rainy days, it gets muddy on these dirt floors. It's just muddy everywhere. It's kind of gross. But for the pigs, they are one of the few animals that get the grain in the morning and in the evenings. The goats, because we have so much pasture and areas for them to explore outside and eat and graze on and forage, they really don't need grain that much. It can be really unhealthy for them if they have too much, especially for the bucks and the wethers. You've got to really be careful of how much grain you're giving them. So everybody gets grain in the evenings and gets dinner, but this time of year, because it's so rich in the fields and they have plenty, obviously today I'm giving them hay, but that is why we don't grain as much during this time of year. In the winter times, especially whenever it's really, really cold, I will give grain because they're completely spoiled. I will tend to give them grain in the morning because feeding and eating really does help their body warmth, but they don't need that right now. But Gus and Charlotte are impatiently waiting. Let's go ahead and get them their breakfast before they start really chewing through that fencing and thinking they've got to break out. It's starting to rain back up again. This is why I left the hay inside. The pigs don't care that much about the rain, honestly. Even though Charlotte's not big on mud puddles, she doesn't mind hanging out in the rain. How are you two? Pretty good. Because I want to be careful with them being mini pigs, we do ration out their food. We don't want them just eating all day, every day. Honestly, that's why they are doing so much better in their pen versus whenever I had them exploring. He is so mad that I'm making him wait. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm trying to explain a little bit. But because they're not out foraging and tearing up our entire yard and doing whatever they want, I, in the morning, tend to spread their feed around to let them kind of forage and graze on it that way and have fun with it, versus in the evening I go ahead and put it in their dish for them. But yeah, let's go do that before Gus gets more mad. All right, buddy, I'm gonna chuck it out and you gotta share nicely. I try to put it in 2 different spots so that Charlotte has a chance to eat plenty of hers, but I can already tell a big difference in Gus. He used to have this big old gut. I mean, he's still got a big old gut, but it used to drag more closer to the ground. And now he's a little more fit and at the weight that he probably should be as a mini pig. To give you an idea, Charlotte's about 80 pounds. Gus is probably closer to 100. So even though they're mini pigs, they are still pretty good in size, but nothing in comparison to those standard hogs. But you just have to be careful on their weight, even though everybody acts like they're hungry all the time. They're not fooling me. Charlotte, you getting some fresh water? Got them a couple buckets all filled up and ready to go. And yeah, as you can tell, they really like rooting around in their space, and they do have a shelter filled with straw if they want to go somewhere dry just to like lay down and hang out. But a lot of times they're lounging out here. You can tell you're just a couple of happy pigs by the looks of those tails. Let's head back up to the rest, who also needs some hay. Scout, you doing good? Just keeping watch? Are you gonna help? All right, let's go back and get some hay for the others and get some fresh water for everybody. Everybody's hollering at me. Barn kitties watching on because they've already had their breakfast. Come back through here. Another fun fact is hay bales actually come off into these layers. I'll show you a little closer. So as you can tell, they all kind of are layered within this big square. And so then that way we pull them off. Everybody tends to call them something different. I call them flakes. If you call them something else, let me know in the comments. But we call them flakes around here. So I'm gonna go around and give a couple of flakes to the rest of them. Let's go. That one just gets thrown on the ground. I'll put the other one in the feeder in here. Yeah, because y'all are fancy. The bucks are in here. Y'all smell so bad. Oh, get off. Nope, 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 nope. They're a tad aggressive, like a lot of intact males are. Okay, let's get you, oh, out of my way. Come on. There you go. Got plenty to eat. Let's get you some fresh water. Fill this bucket up. Nope, don't follow me. Oh boy. Get back. Everybody's always wanting to get out. It's goats for you. Rinse out. Filled up. The miniature horses are probably going to want to go out into the pasture, but they're fine and good where they are. Honestly, I'd rather them not get really muddy and deal with all of that. I've got a busy day ahead, so they've got a turnout pen with tons of stuff to eat on, plenty of hay, so they're going to stay put for now, but let's go check on them just in case. Are y'all going to be waiting in here? Oh! Well, hi there, sweeties. You eating on this hay? That must mean the girls are probably taking over this hay feeder. Surprise, surprise, you're in the goat area, aren't you? Yeah, everybody is. It's the best place to hang out, huh? As long as you're all happy, everybody's getting along, getting what they need. All right, I expect you all to make good decisions. Gwen, that is not making a good decision, already trying to escape. Typical goat. Well, that is my morning chores. I hope you all enjoyed a behind the scenes look of all the work that I do every single morning just to get the animals started on their day, so then I can go on and get some work done here at the farm. If you did enjoy the video, like it, share it with a friend, and come back next time, subscribe, and join us for field trips on the farm every Friday. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks, guys.